Have you ever found yourself struggling to make your sentences flow smoothly? Maybe you were telling a story, but your listener seemed lost, unable to follow your ideas. Today, I'm going to share a personal journey of how I learned to master the art of linking words in English, thanks to my amazing teacher, Mrs. Thompson. This story not only explains what linking words are, but also how to use them effectively. Let's dive in. Chapter 1. The Beginning. It was my first day in English class. I was nervous but excited. I had recently moved to a new city and joined a new school. I remember standing in front of the class trying to explain why I had chosen to move there. I said something like, "I moved here. It is a great place. My friend told me the job opportunities are good." My listener nodded politely, but I could tell my story was confusing. I realized that my sentences needed to flow better. I needed to learn linking words. Chapter 2. Meeting Mrs. Thompson. Mrs. Thompson was our English teacher. She was kind, patient, and had a knack for making complex concepts simple. On my first day, she noticed my struggle. She smiled and said, "It looks like you have a lot to say. Let me help you say it more clearly." Chapter 3. Learning however and therefore. The first linking words Mrs. Thompson taught us were however and therefore. She explained that however is used to show contrast, while therefore is used to show a result or conclusion. One day, she asked me to share my story again, but this time using these linking words. I started, "I moved here because it is a great place. However, my friend told me that job opportunities are good. Therefore, I decided to give it a try." This time, my story made more sense. The linking words helped to connect my thoughts clearly. To reinforce the lesson, Mrs. Thompson gave us several exercises. One involved a story about a girl named Sarah who wanted to buy a new bicycle. The original story was disjointed. Sarah wanted a new bike. She didn't have enough money. She saved her allowance. She bought the bike. Using however and therefore, we transformed it. Sarah wanted a new bike. However, she didn't have enough money. Therefore, she saved her allowance and bought the bike. The transformation was astonishing. The story flowed and each part connected logically. Chapter 4. The magic of since and moreover. Next, Mrs. Thompson introduced us to since and moreover. Since can explain the reason for something, while moreover adds extra information. She gave me a new task. I had to describe my day using these words. I said, "Since I moved to this city, I have met many wonderful people. Moreover, the city has a lot of exciting activities." It felt like magic. My sentences were now more engaging and informative. Chapter 5. The challenge of although and nevertheless. Although and nevertheless were a bit more challenging. Although introduces a contrast, while nevertheless shows that something is true despite the contrast. Mrs. Thompson encouraged me to practice with a personal story. I shared, although I was nervous about moving, I was excited about new opportunities. Nevertheless, I managed to adapt quickly. These words added depth to my story, making it more interesting. In class, we worked on a story about two friends, Jane and Tom, who had different opinions about a school project. The original dialogue was flat. Jane thought the project was too difficult. Tom disagreed. They argued. By using although and nevertheless, we enhanced it. Although Jane thought the project was too difficult, Tom disagreed. Nevertheless, they found a way to collaborate and succeeded. The story became richer and more engaging. Chapter 6. Adding depth with furthermore and in spite of. Furthermore adds information, while in spite of shows contrast. I remember telling my friend, "I love this city. Furthermore, the people are friendly. In spite of the initial challenges, I feel at home now." These words made my conversation smoother and more engaging. Mrs. Thompson asked us to write an essay about our favorite holiday. She encouraged us to use "furthermore" and "in spite of." I wrote about Christmas. I love Christmas. Furthermore, it's a time when my family comes together. In spite of the cold weather, we always have a great time. Using these words helped my essay stand out. Chapter 7. The power of consequently and on the other hand. Consequently and on the other hand are powerful tools. Consequently shows a result, while on the other hand introduces a different perspective. I used these words to explain my experience to Mrs. Thompson. I said, "I moved here for better opportunities. Consequently, I found a great job. On the other hand, I miss my old friends." My explanation was now more balanced and comprehensive. In a group activity, we had to create a debate between two characters about the benefits of city life versus country life. My team used consequently and, on the other hand, to present a balanced argument. Living in the city offers many job opportunities. Consequently, many people move there. On the other hand, the countryside is peaceful and less stressful. These linking words helped us present a nuanced discussion. Chapter 8. Mastering. Despite and hence. Despite shows contrast, while hence indicates a conclusion. In class, I shared, "Despite the challenges, I have adapted well. Hence, I feel confident in my decision." These linking words helped me convey my thoughts clearly and effectively. Mrs. Thompson gave us a challenging assignment. We had to write a persuasive essay on the importance of learning a second language. I wrote, "Despite the difficulties of learning a new language, the benefits are immense. Hence, everyone should consider it." Using these words made my argument more compelling. Chapter 9. The art of whereas and therefore. Whereas and therefore were the final linking words Mrs. Thompson taught us. Whereas shows contrast and, therefore, shows a result. I used them to describe my experience in two different cities. I said, whereas my old city was quiet, this city is vibrant. Therefore, I enjoy living here more. These words helped me draw a clear comparison. For our final project, we had to present a personal story using all the linking words we had learned. I shared my journey of moving to a new city and adapting to a new school. I started with, "Since I moved here, I have faced many challenges. However, I have also found many opportunities. Therefore, I feel that this was the right decision. Although I miss my old friends, I have made new ones. Moreover, I have grown as a person. In spite of the difficulties, I am happy. Consequently, I have become more confident. On the other hand, I still have a lot to learn. Nevertheless, I'm excited for the future." Chapter 10. Applying what I learned. After learning these linking words, I felt more confident in my communication skills. I began using them in my daily conversations, school essays, and even emails. My thoughts were clearer, and my sentences flowed better. Mrs. Thompson's final lesson was about the importance of practicing these skills. She said, "Learning linking words is just the beginning. You need to practice using them every day. Write stories, have conversations, and pay attention to how these words connect your thoughts." Linking words had transformed my communication skills. They helped me express my thoughts clearly and effectively. They have become an integral part of my communication skills. I was grateful to Mrs. Thompson for her patience and dedication. Linking words are powerful tools that can transform your communication. They help you connect your ideas, making your speech and writing more engaging and coherent. So next time you tell a story, remember to use linking words They can make all the difference. Now, if you want to learn how writing can improve your English, don't miss our next video. It will provide you with valuable tips and techniques to enhance your English speaking skill. Click here to watch the next video and continue your learning journey.